Let's do a little bit of what we were doing earlier with Brian. Right near the end. Right? Start all the way at the tip. Clear start, that's in piano. That starts consistently, but quiet. And then save your crescendo for the last beat, beat and a half. All one bow. That's it, and leave the string when you're finished. Hum. So your left hand will cut off, but the bow, so the bow doesn't crunch. Yum. Right. Good. Wait. Good. That's the one. Get out to the tip. Leave yourself a few inches for the down bow and do the next one. Right. Move in a couple inches. Go. That's the one. Yes, right. That's the shape you're trying to make. It's really, really exaggerated. Yeah, that's it. Like we were talking about earlier, I actually really like what you're doing with the eighth notes. Take some of the time when you're practicing, take the eighth notes out of the equation and work on filling the bass in the long notes. It's the long notes are a little too connected to the eighth note stroke. So they're just a little bit not enough bow. When you get to something that's longer than a quarter or a quarter note or longer, try to use more bow if you can. But yeah, this is nice. I liked what you did at the bum bum, where the quarter note with the accent has a different articulation than the half note that follows. It's really nice. A couple of you took a lot of care with that. Little things like that help a lot. Good, let's keep going. Which other spots did you pick?
F through.
Perfect. Yeah, this is the other big one. There's some intonation stuff, especially the minute it flips into tenor clef. Just go slow. Take those in little groups of a measure two at a time, and just lock that in with the tuner. Make that kind of like your maybe daily scale practice for a day or two, because those intervals are nasty, and hearing E sharp, it's just like picking it out from context is quite challenging, right? This is one of those things that you just have to hear it right. Maybe this is a good opportunity to get with piano. Singing chromatics, hearing chromatics is really, really hard because it's not intuitive. There's no way, except for just knowing, to know how far apart those notes are, right? So it's just a hard practice. But that will clean it up really quickly. Because this is right, it's right in time and it's right on the line of where you need to go. Good. Keep going. time in those eighths than you think. Make sure, try to hear the last one. Go a little slower, and I want to hear the last eighth note of all of those runs. Good. Yeah. You've got more time. It's da 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 da. I think it could be just an inch or so out, and just a half-inch more bow on each of those eighth notes. I think they're rushing relative to the long note just a little bit. But even on the other ones, ba 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 ba, just back off a little, and I think your triple subdivision is pushing the tempo just a little bit.
You want me to try that again, or?
Sure. Yeah. Good. That one. I'm also having trouble hearing the pulses, right? Right. Reflect that a little. I know it's hard because you're going dun 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 dun, and each one is on a different side, but it'll really help the listener. Good. Yeah. This is good. Let's keep going. Good. I like where you put those grace notes. The intonation is good. It just needs, there's drop beats and there's a couple more long notes or too long, etc. There's a couple spots. Good. Last one, or was that it? Okay. Yeah. This is good. After Q, your third line of that, dun digga dun digga dun. In the practice room, maybe try a hook down, up down, da da da. It's much smaller than dun digga dun. Then retaking dun da da da. Just kind of stay on the string and do a smaller motion in the hand. It might help clean it up a little, especially since it's quiet. Just all sort of hand and fingers. If you find the right spot in the string, you can work a lot better. Good. Yeah, this is in good shape. It's just really hard. It's really hard. There's a lot of little stuff. What did you go with the Zimmerman fingering underneath for? Do you have something good that works there?
I did use the Zimmerman fingering, except I think the last run.
Yeah, you found something that works there. As long as you can make it work close to speed, sort of isolated. When it gets faster, they'll come together. The thing I like about the one that's printed is it feels a little weird. It's always like, why am I starting on this finger? But they all work together as a team. Like if you look at an individual group of 4, you're like, that's weird, why would I do that fingering? And then you're like, oh, because it's like ready for the next one. It's the kind of thing where you're like, that's dumb, why would anyone put that there? And then you try it, and you're like, oh, I kind of make sense a little. It might work, there's something to help spit it out. It's really close, I think it just needs a little bit more attention. Because it's really, really hard. Good, yeah, really solid. All right, 2 more.